Hey, what's good guys? Steve here from Unbox Tech, and we're outside today because I want to show you some good angles while we get started on this review. This is the Galaxy S7. Now this is a long overdue review, but honestly, let me just tell you guys that this is the best phone that I've ever purchased, and honestly I've never been happier with the device. So let's go ahead and get it into this review and check this out. Alright, so first of all, I just want to talk about the main reason why I did the switch and I moved along to the Galaxy S7. So first of all, I really was so excited about the expandable memory once again, and I was very disappointed when with the S6 it was lacking the expandable memory. So that's what really got to me, and I really hated that about it. So first of all, you might be thinking, how the hell do they put a microSD expansion slot in a phone that is all the way sealed tight? Well, at the top right here, where the SIM card goes, it's actually housing the tray for the microSD expansion. So as you can see right here, I have my 64 gig SanDisk Extreme microSD chip, as well as my SIM card for at&t. And to me, that's the smartest thing they could have done, so it all fits in one big slot, and then you just slide it in. Pretty awesome. Alright, so the second reason I picked up this device was for the camera quality. It is just incredible. Although they did go from a 16 megapixel to a 12 megapixel, it is not a slouch. Honestly, it is amazing. They went with a 12 megapixel dual pixel main camera, and honestly what it does is it uses bigger pixels for the sensor to pick up more light in a low light situation. So when you're like indoors and the lighting is just a little bit gloomy, or if you're outdoors at a concert, it's just gonna pick up the lighting so amazingly. It's just incredible. And the way I test low light capabilities is going to a show. I love going to concerts all the time, so I want a good camera phone that's gonna be taking great quality video as well as good quality pictures when it's so dark inside of a concert hall or a venue. So honestly, I just went to my first concert using my camera, and my pictures and video came out amazing compared to my previous phones, and honestly, stills look amazing. They're very quick, as you can see. If I just go like this, it focuses immediately and it takes them very quickly. There's no shutter lag, as you can see. As soon as I press it, it's gonna take the picture. Honestly, this camera is incredible, as well as being able to film in 4K. If you want to save some money on a camera and just pick up a phone to do your YouTube videos or to do your vlogs, if you like vlogging, definitely get the Galaxy S7. It'll save you some money, as well as producing some great quality videos. The next major thing I want to talk about is the difference in battery between the Galaxy S6 and the Galaxy S7. So the Galaxy S6 had about 2700 milliamp hour battery, which was okay, but honestly it died very quickly and it did not last the whole day. So coming to the Galaxy S7, it is just incredible. It will get me through a full day. Even when I went to a concert the other day and I was recording and filming and taking a lot of pictures, it still was at 40% when I got home, and I did have a full charge. But think about it, I was filming and recording off and on for about 4 hours straight and taking a lot of pictures, Snapchatting, because you know you want to post that you're at the coolest, the concert of the weekend. So honestly, I think this battery is amazing. 3000 milliamps, I think that's a good range of battery, and honestly I think it should get you through the day. Now the next biggest selling point for Samsung is their IP68 certification. So you do have dust and waterproof abilities. Well, it's water resistant, but basically you can submerge it for like 30 minutes, I think they graded it at, and it would be completely fine. You can even take a shower with it if you wanted to. You can dunk it in a pool for a couple minutes. You should be safe. People have done a lot of torture tests as far as waterproof capabilities with this phone, And honestly, me personally, I wouldn't test it because I like to take care of my devices. But honestly, I haven't really tested it for myself. I don't want any chance of ruining my phone. But it's there if you need it, and honestly, it's very well appreciated, especially being that there's no flaps at the bottom like the Galaxy S5, where you had the flap for the micro USB connection, and it just looked horrible. You have no port covers. All of the waterproofing and dust capabilities are all done internally. The only bad thing it does is it makes the speaker quality not as great. It's a little tinny, and if speaker quality is very important to you, I would not recommend the S7. That is like the only drawback of this phone, like, period. That's the only drawback, is that the speaker is not very loud and it's a little tinny. So if that really bugs you, definitely go with another option. So one of the very final things that I was really impressed with was the front-facing camera. This will take some very wide angle, crispy looking selfies. So if you're into selfies, honestly, this phone is great. I like taking selfies a lot, especially with my family or my girlfriend. I love having a great front-facing camera. So it is rocking a 5 megapixel front-facing camera, which honestly is really amazing. And you can get a lot of people into the shot. And of course, with Samsung, you do get that wide angle selfie mode, so that is awesome. And honestly, I think it is the best selfie camera you can get right now. Alright, so the last major selling point for me was the upgraded, latest and greatest Snapdragon processor, as well as it having 4 gigs of RAM, which is great for processing power. And honestly, 4 gigs of RAM is great because it has no lag with the applications at all. And I haven't had any issues as far as crashing or anything like that, or reloading. Honestly, everything has run smooth. And if you're big into games, I'm really not, so I went ahead and deleted this from my phone. But when I did initially get the phone, I wanted to get an overall experience with the high intense graphic game. So I used Injustice Gods Among Us, and honestly, I had no issues playing that. It ran so smoothly, and I didn't have any drop frame rates or anything like that. It just ran amazing. So if you're big into games, honestly, the S7 is really worth it. So to give you an overall look at all the sides and edges of the S7, let's get a little bit closer. So as you can see, they added the subtle curve on the back compared to the S7 being completely flat at the back. They added this nice curve that was implemented into the Note 5 first. And honestly, I really love it because it adds for some really great grip and it feels really good in the hand. And that's the always on display, which I particularly am not a big fan of, but it does save you time from pulling out your phone and turning on the display, so that is kind of cool. But you can turn it off, just so you know. On the back, I really enjoy that they made it almost completely flush with the camera hump. As you can see, there's not really a hump there. If anything, there's a little bit of a lip around the camera lens, but that's about it. Compared to the S6, how it had this big old hump on the back with the camera, some people like texting with their phone flat on the table, and honestly, you shouldn't get any rock with the new S7. Along with to the bottom, it looks more of an iPhone. I think they made the edges so smooth though on this S7. The S6 was pretty smooth, but you can feel the difference when you feel the antenna lines right here. There is a bit of a sharpness compared to the S7 being so completely smooth. I think it's just so much of an improvement, and I really enjoy the S7 and the overall feeling and look of the device. It just overall looks a solid phone. It looks like something that you'd pay $1,000 for. Honestly, it feels and looks amazing. I'm just overall very impressed. Alright, so if you're thinking to yourself, like, bruh, really? Is it really worth the upgrade from the S6 to the S7? And honestly, I can definitely say that the S7 is so much better than the S6. as far as performance, it having all the upgraded features, the IP68 certification, the expandable microSD. It's just overall with the bigger battery, just everything all in all, it is very much worth the upgrade. And honestly, I definitely recommend selling this one and making the switch to the S7. It's just completely different ballgame. And honestly, I think you guys will really enjoy it, especially with the bigger battery life. Trust me, if you have an S6, you know how much the battery sucks on these. So the little bit of added thickness to the device, it's just amazing, and honestly I really appreciate it. Alright, so that's about it for this Galaxy S7 review. So as you can tell, I did skip a little bit of specs because me personally, I don't like going based off, just specs. I like talking about the reasons why I like the device and the reasons why I think you should buy it. So I did go over what I really enjoyed about the phone. If you guys want to see a full list of specs, I will insert it right here in the video. So it should be displaying all of those specs that you'll need to know that will make you happy about purchasing this device. But honestly, hopefully you enjoyed this kind of format of video and you enjoyed me talking about, just in general, about all the things that I really enjoy about this phone. So if you guys enjoyed the video, please leave it a thumbs up, and big shout out to Chris B for just subscribing, because I just got this notification. So shout out to you, dude. I think you're a guy, you should be, for subscribing. Shout out to you, I just saw that. And just big thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, again, please leave it a thumbs up. I really appreciate the support. And by the way, I just want to mention thanks to everybody that's been subscribing lately. I've been getting a little bit more of subscribers lately, so it's really motivating me to try harder. So thanks guys again, and I'll see you guys in the next video.